Dude, it looks like my little minion is just peeking out from the bottom of the screen. That's fucking awesome. Not intentional, by the way. What's good, everybody? I'm back. Hello, nephews. It's been a little bit since I've recorded a video for this channel. Sorry about that. Basically, life got in the way. I've been moving. As you can see, the setup is different in the background. I'm actually going to be building another bookshelf, so that way there's some symmetry in the background going forward. So apologies for the scuffed setup, but you know, I've been doing my best. Life's thrown some challenges my way as of late. Small challenges, not huge challenges, but a lot of small challenges. So it's just kind of like time consuming. It's more so an annoyance than anything else, but you know, got to take the good times with the bad. It is what it is. We keep moving forward. Now, I briefly mentioned this, I think, in a Binding of Isaac video I uploaded on this channel, and I don't know how much Binding of Isaac I'm going to be playing on here going forward. I'm sure I'll do it every once in a while. I was just on a really big Binding of Isaac kick, and then, you know, just life stuff is happening, and then I was doing less gaming. Haven't been quite as into it. I mean, I still love Binding of Isaac, but, you know, there may just not be as much Binding of Isaac going forward on the channel. It is what it is. But in one of those videos, I think I did briefly mention that probably within the next year, there's going to be a little bit of a change as to how I do things online. I've had some talks with some people, quite a few people at this point, and once I sort of like explain my thoughts on how I've been feeling about, you know, Twitch and YouTube and my job as a whole, and I talked to them and they give me advice back. Pretty much everybody said the exact same thing. So I don't want this to come out of the blue for anybody, and this isn't really like a scary change necessarily. I do think I need to rework how I approach streaming with Twitch. I haven't really made this a secret over the course of time, but YouTube for sure has been my number one passion when it comes to like doing anything online. That was my first love. I've been doing this since 2012, I want to say. So we've been at it for a really long time. I guess it's like 14 years at this point, which is crazy to say out loud. Making YouTube videos is just fun for me. It's so fun. I enjoy the process, and I truly believe that, you know, there's a lot of people who get flash in the pan success. They're popular for a couple of years, then their stuff sort of dips off and dies. And while, you know, I'm not at the peak of my success right now, I have been doing this as a job for 7 years, and I think my enjoyment of the process of making YouTube videos definitely plays into that. Like, if I did not enjoy just the process of making YouTube videos without necessarily having any reward on the other side of it, I don't think I would still be doing this. But YouTube is my number one passion. Twitch streaming, I always have to bring up this sort of argument every time I address this, but it's like, just because I said I like pancakes doesn't mean I hate waffles, right? So let's get that clear before I say what I'm about to say. I just don't enjoy Twitch streaming as much as YouTube. And honestly, for me personally, it's not close. I like doing YouTube a lot more than Twitch, and it's always been like that. This isn't like a new thing. This is just how it's always been. It just happened to be when I finally got a big break. It was through SMP Live, which was a server, a Minecraft server, where you had to be live the entire time you played on there. So there's a lot of Twitch live streaming. It's what ended up popping off for me. But I mean, the cornerstone of that success wasn't the fact that I was streaming. It was the fact that I was on there and I was making YouTube videos on it. YouTube has always been the key. For anybody who does stuff on Twitch, I think it's very obvious if you're doing it as a job that you really can't get by unless you're getting massive raids very consistently from people who are very popular on the platform, or you're making content on other platforms like TikTok or YouTube to advertise your Twitch stream. There's no like real growth from within the platform unless you're in a very specific niche. Like, the only situation where I've really heard of people, it's like they started streaming in one category, and because of that, they just blew up off of it, just like by existing in that category. And there's just like so few people that stream that certain type of thing that, you know, when somebody new pops into the space, they want to go and support them. That was ASMR. I knew one person who got into the ASMR stuff, and they didn't really post their stuff other places, and that's how they grew on Twitch. They went from like, you know, maybe 10 average viewers to like 500. And that's crazy. And that's awesome. And that's really cool that there's at least like one instance of somebody being able to do that on Twitch, but that is not the norm. Normally, you have to post your stuff other places. So all this to say, I'm definitely going to be making a switch over the next year to try and focus more on the YouTube side of things. I think not only will I be able to make more money in the long run, which is not the most important part to me, by a long shot. I think the most important part to me is that my life functions better on a day-to-day basis. I think the way I've approached streaming for a while has sort of like hamstringed my mentality regarding my job in general. It causes me a lot of anxiety. I think certain things happen over the course of time while doing this as a job that have just made it a little bit harder for me to find enjoyment from Twitch streaming. This should not be a surprise to anybody. It's like if I could choose to go on stream and just, play games with my homies and just do that every single time I went live, or do react content, I would be playing games with my homies, because that's fun. That's really fun. And it's not to say that the react content isn't fun or that it doesn't make for good videos or that I don't enjoy it. It's just that, again, just sort of how it's like I like YouTube a lot more than I like doing Twitch stuff. I like playing games with the homies a lot more than I like doing react content. I think the problem comes down to is it's really hard nowadays as a grown-ass man to get his other friends that are grown-ass men to get online who don't do this as a job to do this. And then also, it's very hard to even get people who do this as a job to get on and fucking actually, clock in for a shift at the fucking Twitch stream factory. It's fucking difficult because a lot of these people who are full-time Twitch streamers in the most loving way possible are fucking, man children. And that's awesome because, they found their place in the world entertaining the masses. But you're a man-child and you can't show up to things on time. It makes shit very difficult sometimes when you're trying to run like a tight ship and you want to get things done and you don't want to get your time wasted. So I haven't really gravitated towards doing a lot of group gaming stuff. Back when I first started doing Twitch as a job, it was really easy to get people on to just like game or do whatever. It was super fun. And obviously that element got lost probably, I would probably say beginning of 2021. And I think if you're a internet historian, you could sort of pinpoint exactly why, because a couple of my friends stopped doing Twitch streaming. I think they just lost the interest in it or the love for it. And I was sort of out there thugging it out on my own. I decided to keep with it while a lot of the people that I was really tight with and was doing a lot of streams with decided to step away from that. And honestly, it made everything much less enjoyable. I didn't like doing it by myself. I think there's a aspect to this job where, being social and talking to other people while, it may come out that, the people that you're talking to are big pieces of shit. I've just kind of come to accept at this point that this is part of the industry, part of the job. But it is definitely a lot more enjoyable when you have things to do with your friends and you can share the fun times with other people and the success with other people. It just makes it that much more worth it. And I think that's something that I've been missing a lot of over the past couple of years. There's the whole period from like 2022, 2023, where we were still kind of in COVID. Honestly, parts of 2021 as well, where I was doing a lot of stuff with Big Shrimpin' on stream. Like almost every single time I went live, he was there as well. And it's a big shame to me and a fuck up on my part that I just didn't know where to put that sort of content on other platforms. So it's kind of lost to the realm of the internet. It's gone. It's been sucked into a black hole, never to be seen ever again. And it sucks because that was some of the funniest stuff I think I've ever done on the internet. It never made its way into like clips or YouTube videos for the most part. It's just gone. And I feel really bad about that. But now, fast forward to 2026, I still really don't have that many homies who stream, but now that this has been announced, I want to segue into this. There is a Scum SMP, which is basically like the spiritual revival of SDMP, which is Sleep Deprived's Minecraft SMP that they did. I experienced a pretty big jump in viewership and growth while that was going on the first time around, the first season of SDMP, where I had sort of been stagnating for a while on Twitch. So I'm not necessarily hoping that this is going to do the exact same thing. I'm more so just happy to have an excuse to talk to other streamers in a way where it's not feeling forced or that I have to pull teeth to get people to come on and do something. We're all just sort of going to be there on a Minecraft SMP. And trust me, I know Minecraft SMP in 2026, we're all collectively rolling our eyes and going, okay, if this lasts more than 2 weeks, I'll literally fucking give you my house. But who knows, man? This server genuinely has a really good roster. I have some faith that it will last more than 2 weeks. I may come back to you guys like about 3 weeks from now after it's been 2 weeks and be like, yep, I was fucking wrong. The server's dead. We're chopped. We're screwed. But I truly believe that there's some hope there, and I want this to be fun. I personally am invested, and I believe And even if this server goes under, I kind of want to do more Minecraft SMP related things, at least this summer. I think that would be fun. That's something that sounds like fun to me personally, and it would make streaming more fun for myself. So I'm very excited for like what this summer is going to bring, especially now that I'm like mostly moved into my new mansion. I'm feeling good about stuff, and I want to switch my mentality more towards being YouTube first, Twitch second. And all the people that I've talked to have been like, you should just record more gaming stuff off stream, because nowadays on stream it feels like a lot of the gaming stuff that I do performs worse than a lot of like the other general viewer submitted or react stuff that I do on stream, which makes sense because I built up a live channel on YouTube and an audience that is tapping into the Twitch stream specifically for that type of stuff and not necessarily gaming. So it's like, should I be surprised about that? No, not necessarily. But at the same time, my overall audience has been built up off of gaming. Like that's where we started off, gaming with the homies. That's sort of like the general vibe that it has been. So it's kind of tough, even so many years removed from when I started doing this as a job, to sort of look at numbers statistically and just be like, oh, gaming stuff is like the worst performing shit on Twitch for me. It just feels bad. It feels bad. Like there's no two ways about it. It doesn't feel good. And I would like for gaming stuff to, you know, have a place within my job that I feel like it can flourish and do well and it can be fun. Well, I mean, it being fun is pretty easy. I like gaming. What can I say? But I think there needs to be a bigger focus on uploading on my main channel that are gaming videos. And I want to get back to that. I've had this Papa's Burgeria video that should have come out ages ago. We're starting to work on that. I'm going to try and figure out a workflow that makes it so that I can upload more frequently than once every like month and a half, which is frankly unacceptable. I should be able to put out videos faster than this. So I need to rework my work schedule so that way I could put more time into the things that matter more to me and bring me more joy in life. As for Twitch streaming, like what's the plan? What will it look like once I'm more fully transitioned into focusing more of my energy on YouTube? I think probably what that ends up looking like is most of the time I'm going live, it's for, you know, almost like a recording type of purpose where I'm not kind of arbitrarily streaming hardly ever. And if I am, it's going to be like purely for the love of the game. Like literally I'll probably be gaming. But I think the big thing is just probably not having a set stream schedule, which is tough because Twitch, I think, very much so revolves around consistency. And if you can't uphold that sort of consistency on Twitch, things tend to tank pretty fast, which has always been very scary, especially because Twitch income has been a significant portion of my overall income from online stuff for pretty much the entire time I've been doing it. So it's scary. This is a scary change. There's a lot riding on me being able to like actually pull off some shenanigans on YouTube and upload some stuff that people really find to be entertaining and latch onto. However, I have a lot of faith in myself when it comes to YouTube. I think I have a lot of knowledge. I've shown that I've been able to pivot several different times into different types of content, which, you know, for better or worse, I'm sure there are people out there who do not want to click on any of my React content solely because it's a React video and they see that it's a React video from the title and the thumbnail and they roll their eyes and they're like, oh, this is shit. But if you're one of those people and by some chance you stumbled across this video of mine and you haven't tapped in with like the normal sort of React stuff that I've been making for a while, I highly suggest that you check out the Two Idiots Laugh at Brain Dead Instagram Reels video that I uploaded the other day on the JOKO live channel. I uploaded it with Big Shrimpin'. I would like you to go look at that video and tell me that as far as React content goes, it's not fucking peak. I would like to hear that. I would like for somebody who's kind of against that sort of stuff to go check out that video and just like actually give it a good try. Watch like the first 5 minutes of it. Don't have to even watch the whole thing. But just watch that shit and be like, we got it. It's just, I'm doing React content for part of what I do. That doesn't mean that I've lost my soul or that I'm not funny. Because trust me, Liam and I together, definitely still very funny. It's just that we haven't been doing a lot of gaming stuff. And I do want to bring the gaming back. And I want to just, you know, bring more YouTube videos to you guys. So long story short, I want to focus more of my energy on YouTube. I think that will mean that eventually Twitch will get to the point where there's no set stream schedule, but I still will be streaming. Overall, I think this will help grow my Twitch audience even more, so that way every time I go live, it feels even more worth it, more impactful. And then the way that I'm going to be structuring my streams is that I'm not doing like arbitrary streaming just to like clock in on a day-to-day basis for like a 9 to 5. It's going to feel more like I'm there for a purpose. I'm there to have fun. It's not mandatory. There's not a lot of pressure. And I think that will be very good for me 7 years into doing this as a job. I'm hoping that I can bring you guys more fun YouTube videos as well from doing this. I may have to pick up more editing help along the way, so I may open up applications for like editing jobs. I don't need somebody who's just like, I'll work for free. I don't need somebody who's like in college and also editing on the side. Like, I need somebody who's a professional to work with, who can hit deadlines, who's not fucking around, who understands what my sense of humor is. That's the type of thing that I need. I've worked with too many people where it's like editing is not their main focus, and it shows, and it fucks up just the whole process and the flow of things. Like, I need people who do this shit, live this shit, breathe this shit, and are good with communication. So maybe I pick somebody else up along the way. Just a big shout out to Nuka, by the way, who's been helping me out with the live channel for a while now. Bro is a beast, so much love to Nuka. I don't know if you're gonna end up seeing this, but I appreciate him more than words can describe. He's been fantastic. And really and truly, I believe that I've had a lot of potential for a long time to make some like really truly banger YouTube videos. I've just been focusing on certain types of stuff that maybe just isn't going to do quite as well, or that people look down upon as far as like what the actual content is. I'm looking to change that in 2026 and just going forward in general. I think there are some people where they've tapped out permanently and they may think it's just, you know, it's too late, it's irredeemable, but I don't believe that at all. I believe personally that I have so much left to give in the tank, and I will be giving that shit as much as I can in 2026 going forward. We're gonna make some bangers. I also want to upload a little bit more on this Epic JOKO channel. I think, again, it's gonna be sort of like a mix of whatever doesn't have a place currently on other channels. We have the Minecraft channel that's going to be launching very, very, very soon. I mean, like, it literally could be within the next couple of days. It could be today. Who the fuck knows? But generally speaking, I'm just very excited for the future, and I'm glad that I finally have time to upload fun little videos like this, like little commentary videos on the Epic JOKO channel for you all. And I appreciate you guys sticking with me, especially if you've watched all the way through this video. Much love. So guys, if this is your first time watching, or you just haven't subscribed to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like the video, do all the stuff that you're supposed to help me out. Hype up the video with your hype points if you're on mobile. I still don't really understand how that works. And hopefully I'll be seeing you guys in another video on this channel or one of my other channels again very soon.